Hello everyone at CapsuleComputers. I'm Ben, or Linkage, as I usually go back to the website. And this is Hewlett, is that right?
How you doing?
From Stargate Atlantis.
Indeed.
Yes. Sweet. Alrighty.
So David, how did you get into acting?
Oh God. It was basically by default. I was in an all-boys school, and the only way to actually meet women was to do the plays, because they actually had real. Well, for the first period, for the first little section, I actually played the women in plays, and then eventually they started bringing in the girls' schools, and that's so that, and I sucked at math and sports, so chess sports and things.
No, I came from all-boys school as well.
Yeah. So you feel my pain.
Yeah.
You feel your pain.
So that was it. Yeah, I got to do it from that. So school plays, and then I was lucky enough to have a friend who's still making film. I just did a film called Splice with him. And when we were about 14 years old, we started making these little films together. That's the best way in. The best way in is just make films with friends. It's like, look, you can do it on that. You got HD movie, right?
Exactly.
You've already got better tools than we had.
Yeah, we will.
Back in the early.
Back in the day, exactly. That's right.
When I was at school.
Sweet as.
Did you say sweetos?
Sweet as.
Sweet as.
I'm just trying to get these things down.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So Stargate Atlantis, how did that come about?
From SG1, I came in. I did like one episode of SG1, like as a guest star, or whatever they call it, guest jerk, basically.
Yeah.
And it just went from there. I did one, and they called back for another one, and then they said, "Oh, we're doing this a new show. Do you want to come in for that?" I was like, "Sure." I actually auditioned for it as a different character. I auditioned for it as a character called Ingram. And then Ingrid. No, not Ingrid. That would be weird. I'll be back to the boys' school again.
No.
And from there, it was. So the one guest star turned into 5 years of employment, whatever it was.
Oh, good.
What is my favorite character, actually?
Then you have very, very good taste in characters. I would say he's actually my favorite character. Were there other characters in this? I don't remember. It was Stargate McKay. That's what I called.
Stargate McKay. I'd watch that.
You'd watch that.
You'd watch that until you get it. Well, good. Tell networks that, because I'm big on Stargate McKay is the next.
Networks. Stargate McKay.
Yes.
We have to get it.
Yes, we have to. Alrighty.
Get it that gate. Now he's blanking.
He's going blanking.
I had questions. What were they?
Yeah.
I got one for you.
Yeah, go for it.
Video games.
You know, I'm like ashamed to say that I'm like the biggest video game fan who can't play because I get motion sickness.
Are you serious?
It's like a curse to me. It's like some kind of like, like it's a tragedy in my life. Is that I try to play. I love first person
shooters. Yep.
But I get motion sickness, so I can't do it. So we've been playing Wii Star Wars with my son.
Oh yeah.
Loves that.
Yeah.
But I resort to cheats and hints all the time.
Yeah. That's fine. As long as you play the game.
What else are we loving?
Growing up, right?
Oh, growing up.
Let's go back to growing up days, because
Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah,
a huge Miss Pac-Man.
So you're one of the retro fans, like so from how about
when you say retro fan, you mean like old?
Yeah, I'm old too, so don't worry.
I was like, I used to play, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy on the Commodore 64.
Yeah, I've got it too. I've got a Commodore 64. Yeah, I've still got it. I've got the tape drive, and it still runs.
I'm convinced it's going to be worth a fortune at some point.
Yeah, it is. It's worth a lot.
My wife won't let me collect. I keep saying I want to collect these old.
Collect them.
It's like no.
Yeah, you got it. So, what was your first?
I'll keep the wife instead.
Yeah, fair enough. What was one of your first gaming consoles that you had, if you remember?
I never went gaming console. I had an XT. No, I had the Commodore 64 first, I guess.
Yeah.
Used that for a while. I did.
That's on the day.
Indeed. Yeah, it was the Commodore 64. That was like such diplomacy. Commodore 64, I got into that one, and then I used to actually write my own little games on it.
Oh yeah.
I was like a D&D nerd.
There you go. Look,
but with no D&D friends, so I used to write my own.
How about you just shake hands right now and start rolling the dice?
I played it for years.
Yeah, you might be over one day.
That's what I did. Come over to Santa Monica and play Dungeons and Dragons. Me and Will meet.
We can send one over this guy.
Yeah, I was never very good at it. That was my thing. I just like reading the books. I just liked all the monsters and all that.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, you got one last question?
No, you don't, do you?
I did, and then the Dungeons and Dragons thing threw me.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, so Dungeons and Dragons was like video games before there were video games.
Yeah.
That was the thing about
All in your mind.
So yeah, I mean, you were forced to do that. I mean, the limitations of the Commodore 64 stuff when I was starting out was just so frustrating because you're used to these very rich kind of, with the books
Fancy books.
yeah, But it's the random number generator was the first thing I learned how to do, so I could do the die. You know what I mean? So I could roll the die on the computer instead.
Awesome.
Then you can play by yourself and be a complete loser like that.
Exactly. So that's perfect. So that's a good mixture of combinations of movies and gaming put together. Awesome. Alrighty. Well, thank you very much for your time.
One more question.
Oh, he's got one more. Gotta make it quick.
What is your favorite edition of Dungeons and Dragons?
Oh God, I don't know. It was the one I would have grown up with, which is the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons.
AD&D?
Yeah.
I love AD&D.
That was the one.
That's what I played with my mates.
Well, that was it. That was like that actually wasn't the first one, was it? It was like the second one. That came.
Second edition.
And it was I would lust after this one because it was expensive too.
Yeah.
Well, it still is, but
All
now
right.
I have a 3-year-old. That's my.
Yeah, that's your game. That's your game now. That's your real Dungeons and Dragons. Exactly. Roll the dice. You are. That drink there's a potion of what? Potion of +2 healing? Thank you. That's it. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Pleasure indeed.
All right. Link signing out from CapsuleComputers.com.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.